A few weeks ago, a few months ago, it is fair to say that we watched with despair as many other communities got lights and had their fields repaired. We wondered when our turn would come. But despair has now turned to joy as we are now able to inaugurate our own facility. This is really going to be a speech of thanks and appreciation. And I want first of all to thank the young people of Beaufort. We tested your patience. We know that you wanted this facility very badly, but you understood that it would take time. And so you embarked on a journey of patience and understanding, for which I thank you immeasurably. Among you, though, there are people whom I wish to single out and to thank again very specially. I was rather surprised a couple of days ago, when Minister Sean Edwards sent me a photograph of a group of you preparing this facility for today. You're armed with brooms, mops, etc., and you are cleaning this facility. It was a very moving picture because it's not often that we see evidence of that kind of appreciation for what you have. And those persons who did that kootme for the entire community, I want to single them out. Jeff Bosco Emmanuel. Bosco, are you there? Where are you, Bosco? Come, let us see you, Bosco. Raymond Ollie Norton. Raymond Ollie Norton. Ollie, are you there? Thank you very much. Ernest Shower Samuel. Shower. Where are you, Shower? Where are you hiding? We thank you. Tyron Briggs Clark. Briggs, where are you? Thank you so much. Titus Titi Elba, of whom you heard earlier about and who shares a very special place in our hearts. We want to thank him too. They were also accompanied by nice workers, MacGyver, Delhi, Shen, and JJ. Thank you too, once again. And of course, I want to thank the members of the Management Committee, Terry Otto Asker, Patrick Lashley, Ricky Etienne, Kizzy Joseph, and Benadia Francis. Among all of you, there's a very special person I must also thank. And that's Minister Sean Edwards. It is true that Sean may have felt that the Prime Minister was breathing down his neck. It is true. And it is true that any minister who has to deal with the Prime Minister's constituency would be careful, would be anxious to satisfy the Prime Minister. But I want to tell all of you that that was not the motivation for Sean Edwards. Sean Edwards came here nearly every week. Every couple of days he reported to me progress on this field. He attended to it personally from inception to the end. He gave of his time, his energy when he should have been elsewhere. He was here. It's not often you see that level of commitment and level of passion. And I really want to thank him. He really is an admirable young man. And the thing is, he does it for the love of the craft, for the love of youth, for the love of sports in this country. And we owe you a great debt of gratitude for that commitment and for what you have done. Sean, thank you once again. Then we must thank the Republic of China, Taiwan, They provided the initial funding to construct the wall, but of course they financed the lights in addition to providing through CDP additional funding to plaster the walls and to beautify it on the outside. I want you to join me in saying thank you to the Republic of China, Taiwan, for their generous support and cooperation in realizing this facility. But I have to thank other persons, the contractors. There were several contractors on this project, many of them from the South. I thank them for the effort, for the work, for the commitment that they put into whatever they were contracted to do. Thank you so very much for attempting to make sure that this facility is a top-class facility. And then, of course, there's the management committee that I must thank for ensuring that we are here today and for attempting to organize the business of this facility. As much as this facility looks beautiful, it is not yet perfect. There is still work to be done. If you look to the south, there are the issues that we have to tackle with the pillars on the wall on this side. But although Crafton and the minister and his team have done a wonderful job with the field, there are still patches that we must attend to in the next few weeks. I believe the minister knows very well, but that nothing less than perfection will satisfy me. And I have no doubt he'll see it to the very end to make sure that we have a playing facility, a playing field, green, perfectly green, and in pristine condition. In the course of this week, after this match this evening, the independence activities are going to be held here on the field. Don't despair. I expect that there will be some inevitable damage to the surface. But the point is, we have had a lot of experience in repairing such damage. And I have no doubt that Mr. Crafton and his team would be put to work immediately after to restore the field to what it is supposed to be. So, don't despair where that is concerned. There are a few things, however, that I must mention on this occasion. I think all of us here in VF4 worry about the maintenance of this facility. As beautiful as VF4 may be, we suffer from a perennial problem, and that is sea blast. Anytime we construct with steel, we have difficulties. The evidence is all around you if you look at the steel pillars holding up the pavilions. And if you think that this is serious, sometimes if you walk on the streets of A4, go to homes, you will actually see the damage to concrete walls as a sea blast penetrate those concrete walls and into the steel inside those walls. We have a horrible tradition, a terrible tradition of maintenance in St. Lucia. We do not do a good job to maintain what we have. The real reason is that we do not invest in maintenance. As soon as we have completed a facility, that's it. We move on to the next facility. If you look around you, you'll notice that the roofs of all of these three pavilions had to be replaced. And it was not just because of hurricane damage. It was also because of the sea blast that I referred to earlier. This time, we must correct this weakness. And one of the things I want to indicate to the minister is that we must have a permanent maintenance program, at least a contractual arrangement that would allow those pillars to be repainted, hopefully, and maybe every 6 months, others might say less, if we are to avoid constant expenditure on the maintenance of this facility. We must correct these problems now, and I need to remind you of the old saying that a stitch in time saves nine. And so, Mr. Minister, I hope you can reflect on this and consider the possibility of entering into a contractual arrangement that will provide permanent care to these pillars. But looking to the future, and I accept the bait of the permanent secretary, there can be no doubt in anybody's mind that Vieux-Fort is a sporting capital of this country. Let no one tell you otherwise. And I say that for good reason. Every year we win the trophies, and I know there are some who are determined to dethrone us. I'm going to take personal interest in this matter because that must never ever happen. It must be understood that this is the capital, and it is no accident of history that we provided this country with the best footballers in recent times. Of course, I don't have to tell you how much despair I suffered at recent events. And what happened to us last year in football, we can't allow those things to happen again. That mustn't happen again. Now, I know the Minister of Agriculture, the Member of Parliament from Vieux-Fort North, is watching me closely. He's trying to bait me. But how could we let Vieux-Fort North beat Vieux-Fort South? Listen, we cannot allow those things, but in all seriousness, I want to indicate that we have a job to return glory to our community in sports. That's what we knew. And if there's any place in this island where you need a training facility for sports, for the world of sports, the world of athletics, it is Vieux-Fort in the south of the island, because this is a community of accomplishment in sports. But we have to rebuild our club structures again. They have fallen apart. What we knew have simply disappeared. And I hope as the minister consolidates, he provides communities with facilities, so too the ministry will begin to invest in helping to rebuild the club structures that we once had. Because that is where the discipline starts. Not just in the schools, but also in those club structures. I would like to see some more attention paid to our clubs in the near future. Finally, there's a matter that is troubling me that I want to share with you. It's what has happened to cricket in this country. It's a long time since we played a match on this field. Part of the problem was that we didn't have a good cricket pitch. Now, thanks to the work of Crafton, we have a top-class cricket pitch. But what we do with football, we must also do with cricket. We need a national competition for cricket. Even if it is 60 overs or 30 overs, we cannot and must not allow cricket to die. The crisis of West Indies cricket is not just at the level of the West Indies team, but it is a crisis of cricket in our communities. And so we must go back to the drawing boards. And I hope that now that we have this playing facility, have a cricket pitch, that, Minister, we can organize to restore cricket to its glory in our sporting calendar. Once again, I thank all of you. Like you, I'm a happy parliamentarian. It's been a long time coming. But I want you to know that we will remain committed to our young people and to provide them with better facilities. The minister was very smart when he mentioned the communities and he used the words that they are considering for lights. That was his bait for me. I know that. But in the next few weeks, we will be embarking on a new venture by starting with the first 3 community facilities for communities so that they can have mini pavilions. One will be constructed in Larishes, another in Ancillary, and another in Canaries. After that sterling performance of Canaries in the Black Heart competition, they deserve nothing less. And so we will continue to build those, for communities build the infrastructure that they require as we begin to strengthen our reputation in the field of sports. Everyone, I thank you for being here. I thank you for sharing this special moment with the people of Beaufort. And most importantly, I also thank my colleague ministers who found the time to be here with us to share this special moment. Thank you one and all. Let there be lights. Let there be lights. Okay.
Ой!